Today we're going to talk about photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Unlike a plant, this runner must get energy that he needs from the food that he eats. But in both scenarios, we're going to talk about energy that we have and that the plants have and how we kind of live off of each other. So as fat burns in a lamp, they combine the oxygen and produce carbon dioxide. And also some water vapor. They also release energy in the form of heat and light. In the cells of organisms, a more controlled version of this process releases energy stored in molecules. So reactions that take place in cells follow the same rules as reactions that take place in a research laboratory or a classroom. Some reactions go to completion and some reach an equilibrium point. We've talked about that before. Many reactions occur in solution and catalysts are often needed. Energy is transferred and energy is converted from one form to the other. What energy conversion takes place during photosynthesis? During photosynthesis, this is one of your reading guide questions, so pay attention. Energy from sunlight is converted into chemical energy. So the sun is the primary source of energy for most plants and animals. During photosynthesis, plants chemically combine carbon dioxide and water to make carbohydrates. This equation kind of summarizes that process. So here we have water, here we have carbon dioxide, and then they use the energy of the light from the sun to break apart the bonds, and then it gets reassembled here into sugar, right, and oxygen. So we say that plants breathe in carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen. That's part of the photosynthesis process. Now they don't breathe it in like we do, but it's a chemical reaction that takes place during photosynthesis. So photosynthesis involves a complex series of chemical reactions. When all the reactions are complete, the energy from the sunlight has been stored in the covalent bonds of the molecules. In other words, if we break these bonds of these simple sugars, it will release energy. Energy that was stored in the process of putting those things together. So how are photosynthesis and cellular respiration related? Well, during cellular respiration, the energy stored in the products of photosynthesis is released. So this is what people do, and animals. What does your body need energy for besides maintaining a constant body pressure or temperature? It takes energy to laugh or cry or to heal a bone or to heal a paper cut or even to sleep. You actually use energy when you sleep because your body's repairing itself. Like photosynthesis, cellular respiration, when you breathe, is a series of complex reactions. This equation is a summary of the overall process. So here you have sugar that you've eaten from a plant, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a plant. It could be if you eat meat, but the source is from sugar. You breathe in the oxygen. That oxygen and sugar recombines itself into water and carbon dioxide and then breaks down into energy. This is what our body does. Now, these are very simplified versions. There's enzymes and vitamins and a whole bunch of stuff that's going on, but this is the basis of it. So, products of cellular respiration are reactants in photosynthesis. In other words, the plants take in carbon dioxide, release oxygen. We take in the oxygen and release carbon dioxide. So we are dependent upon one another. Cellular respiration and photosynthesis are two parts of the same process. Okay? So you get light energy, creates photosynthesis. The plants take in the carbon dioxide and water vapor and give us carbohydrates and oxygen. We take in the oxygen and we release carbon dioxide and water vapor. And the energy from the sun is released in that process. So in cellular respiration, glucose reacts with oxygen. Glucose can come from simple sugars or starches because starch is a polymer of glucose. During digestion, starch breaks down into glucose. This process is an example of dipolymerization. Whew, that's a lot to say in one breath. This is why breathing is so important to people. Right? If you stop breathing, you stop living. You have to take in oxygen to continually break down this glucose because your body needs energy. There are millions and millions, if not trillions, of cells that get their energy from the food that you eat and this chemical process, and you need oxygen. Okay? That's why we continue to breathe nonstop. Plants do the same thing with the photosynthesis. What molecules help cells function efficiently? Well, enzymes and vitamins are compounds that help cells function efficiently at normal body temperature. Enzymes are proteins that act as catalysts in these reactions in the cell. Without enzymes, cells could not digest food or extract the energy from the food. Enzymes allow reactions to proceed faster at much lower temperatures than they would normally. Vitamins are organic compounds that organisms need in small amounts but can't produce. A vitamin that is dissolved in water, such as vitamin C, gets eliminated from the body and must be replaced daily. A vitamin that dissolves in fats, such as vitamin A, can build up over time in body tissues. So we're talking about water-soluble vitamins. Some vitamins will, they go through, if you eat an orange today, and we all know that oranges have a lot of vitamin C in them, once your body processes all parts of that orange, that vitamin C leaves your body. So you only have that vitamin C for that one time that you eat the orange. So it's very critical that you continue to eat healthy and eat oranges because your body does need vitamin C. Okay? So, for example, lemons and limes and oranges are great sources of vitamin C, and you should eat them daily. What is the energy source for photosynthesis? C, energy from the sun. Which of the following statements about enzymes is true? D, enzymes allow reactions to occur at much lower temperatures than normal. And that's it. That was a pretty easy thing.